Hey guys, Synthetic here, and as you can see, we are back for the series where we try to make Ricciardo a driver's world champion, and we're here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And as always, we are starting from the back of the grid and trying the one stop, starting on the softs and finish on the super softs, which should be the fastest strategy around here. And here you can see my setup, which I also used in the AOR race, so it should work quite well. And here we are now, 5 red lights, and lights out, and away we go. It seems that we got quite a decent start of the line, and we are looking for the inside. And we have to be very cautious because it's easy to destroy our wing, especially in the first few corners, and you can see there's already a pile up due to a crash, I think, and luckily we were able to avoid the carnage, and we are now up into P17, which is at least an improvement, but as always it's quite tricky to overtake in this part of the track because it's very tight, and yeah, we can't really use our pace at the moment. And I think the car in front, it's Kwiat, he seems to have a destroyed wing because he's losing quite a lot of time in the corners, so we have to get past as fast as possible. And you can see in the fast left-hander he had to lift, and we were able to take much more speed through the corner, and we were able to take his position, and we are now in P16. The McLaren of Fernando Alonso ahead, we were gaining quite rapidly on him, and especially on the straights the McLaren shouldn't be too good around here. So let's see how much time we can gain. You can see it's quite a lot, but not enough to make a move. He also went defensive into the left-hander, and again defensive, and he squeezes us a bit, and we weren't really able to make a move here. But if we are patient, we might get another shot on the straight, because our lower wings, I think 1.4, should work really well. It's just about surviving the last corner, or the last real corner, because you can get quite a lot of understeer around there, especially in dirty air. And here you can see the straight line speed difference, it's quite massive. And we were able to take the position as well, up into P15 now, and next up ahead was Stoffel van Dorn, who's also in the McLaren, so he shouldn't be too difficult to overtake. And yeah, let's see how much time we can gain. I think it's the gap at the beginning of the straight was, I think, probably 1/10 or something around that, and reaching the half of the straight we already got past, which is a good sign. And yeah, next up ahead is a small group, and if we push we might get them in the next few laps, or probably in the next lap. And yeah, a lap later, in lap 5 now, we are all over the back of the group, but it's quite difficult to overtake because everyone has slipstream and everyone has DRS from the car in front. So we have to think of a clever strategy to get past, but also a safe one, because one slight mistake on this track can cost you the race, as we go on the outside of Carlos Sainz, and we were able to make the move, but unfortunately we got a bad run out of turn 1, and he's already next to us, so we have to give him the space. But we were able to get quite a solid run out of turn 2, and we are up into P13. And next up ahead is the fighting group of, I think, Palmer and who is it? I think Magnussen, yeah, in the Haas. And we were able to get a good line into turn 1. We saw that the cars in front had compromised lines due to their fighting, And next up ahead is Massa, and again we got quite a solid run out of this second corner, and we just passed him quite easily. And you can see as well that Palmer locked up into turn 3, which gives us another position. And next up ahead is Ocon, who was slightly more difficult to catch because the Force India is quite strong around here. But in lap 9 we were able to close the gap down, and at this point the softs should work quite well because they are wearing less than the super softs. Only thing that is quite important around here is to save the rear tires, because they got punished quite a lot, and if you can manage that, it should be quite a solid race. You can see the first cars already went into the pits. I think it was the Mercedes, and just up ahead our teammate fought with, I think, Paris it was, and another Haas, and they are losing quite a lot of time, so we were able to get very close to them and at the end overtake. And we blocked the inside here to make sure we get the position, or to make the position stick. And next up ahead is our teammate, and I think at this point I had a slightly damaged wing. You can see this in on the right here. It's still green, but I felt I had quite a bit of understeer, which cost me time. So we have to change our wing in the stops, which will cost us some time. So yeah, not ideal. I think it will be very difficult to win the race from there on in, especially because the pace of the cars in front is quite solid, and you can see I think Hamilton it was already next to us, and he already did the stop, which is not good. But here we are now in lap 16. We went into the pits for our scheduled pit stop, and yeah, we decided to change our wing because the understeer felt quite bad, especially in the first sector and then the second one as well. And we are currently in P8 after the pit stop, so we have still a few people to overtake, and one of them is Nico Hulkenberg, and we caught him quite rapidly. The super softs were feeling very well, and yeah, the pace was definitely there. Next up ahead was our teammate again. We caught him quite rapidly again as well, and we also had a purple sector in the second one, and I think the third sector was very quick as well, so yeah, we were able to catch him quite easily. And here you can see as well that Kimi Räikkönen was out of the race, so we would gain another position as we set the fastest lap of the race, and we are already up into P5, which is very solid around here because the AI is very strong and very quick here. And yeah, a few laps later we caught up to Sergio Perez. He had good speed, he was even quicker compared to our teammate, and yeah, luckily we were able to use our better tires to good effect, and we are now all over his back, and it's now a drag race, but we have DRS, and I think our wings are slightly lower as well, so yeah, we were able to get his position as well into P4, but unfortunately from there on in we weren't really able to catch Bottas because at the end the tires dropped off quite a lot because we decided to make quite an early pit stop, and yeah, Bottas was just faster at the end, so we had to stick around for P4, which is again a solid result. No major mistakes or something like that, and yeah, that was basically the race. We will take a look on the drivers table in just a second, and the constructors as well. You can see that we are leading now just by 41 points over Sebastian Vettel, which is quite solid, but a lot of races still to go. And in terms of constructors, we are leading by just 1 point, and yeah, it's very close there. And yeah, that was basically the race. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next race as well. Goodbye.